the first question that I want to ask you is, at what point did you start pursuing entrepreneurship? So your story of beginning as an entrepreneur.
It's hard to say actually. But last week I was at the fuck up stories, also talking about my entrepreneurship way. So
Okay.
I just can summarize it a bit,
Mhm.
far better now than before. Actually, um, it hasn't started in the school, but in the school I was always one of these kids, always discussing with the teachers, always thinking that I'm far smarter than they are, and they don't know shit. And yeah,
Mhm.
I'm the smartest one, like all the kids think. And yeah, so it continued actually. I
Mhm.
still have a bit of problem with authorities, and now it got better since I know how to be an authority, but still. And yeah, this was the beginning of my like thinking different, taking risks, going your own way, and it continued during the studies. So I was never actually into making money. So it wasn't like over like, hey, I want to become a billionaire or millionaire or whatever. And I wanted to build stuff. So actually, I'm really suited for this podcast.
Exactly. You're
and
also one of the first people that came to my mind when I just started the podcast, and I note down the list of the first few people I should interact with. So here you are.
I feel honored. Yeah, so I went to university and then I did an internship in a bigger company, a research facility, and I realized that it's nothing for me, like being engineer, like working with theories, improving stuff. I really enjoyed improving stuff and
Mhm.
thinking about better solutions, but this complex, it wasn't something for me. So I yeah, somehow without realizing it, I gave up on engineering and just forced me through this the further exams. And a friend of mine at the same time during I was doing my internship has founded a company, Yodel. And after a few months, I had some exchange semester. I went for Erasmus to Istanbul, and the semester there started in January, and that's when the no, not in February, and that's when the exams here in Aachen start. So I
Yeah.
had lost like one complete semester of the time
Mhm.
between the start of the semester and the exams. So I did an internship.
Okay.
And during this internship, I was traveling from city to city and realized, wow, it's really fun. It's really nice. I really enjoy doing this. And it also helped me to realize that I don't want to become an engineer. I still really enjoy building up stuff,
Mhm.
but I knew that it wouldn't build up stuff like an engineer.
So you build companies.
Products, companies, somehow like something like this.
Wow.
At Yodel, I was building communities, like for the first step. So we went to a city and promoted the app and tried to reach a critical mass of people using the app that we could continue, that it will grow organically. So if you reach a critical mass of people, it depends from product to product. It depends from community to community. It grows on its own. And this was always the aim there to reach this critical mass that when we leave the city, it's still growing. And this
Okay.
was also the first point when I was got in touch with building communities and promoting
Mhm.
apps and doing some marketing, some growth stuff. So it was up to me how I reach my goals. And I realized,
Yeah.
oh, I really like it. I really enjoy it. And yeah, so then the first spark was ignited. And after I came back from my Erasmus from Istanbul, I knew completely I don't want to do to study engineering anymore. So I searched for a way to get my knowledge into startups in the promotion in to building up communities. And then I started to search for a smaller job or some startup company, and went to an event of Ace where I met some guys who were searching for, who were right now in the process of founding a company, and then they were
Yodel or
no, no, no. It was connectivities. It was
okay.
like
Hmm.
I was still working at Yodel and still learning really a lot there, but it was like the step when I wanted to do something on my own and something like really full time. And then there's this guys there who had an app, who were like in contact with investors, who were like doing all the legal stuff, and I just had to promote and build up the community there behind the
Okay.
product. So it was like perfect fit, and this was my step into the entrepreneurial world, like my real step. Before I just tipped my toe into the cold water by watching, by being at Yodel, not being in the responsibility for this whole, and then I went into this, responsibility position.
Yeah, really interesting, and you gave a very detailed description of your journey. So, the real motivation for you was in the beginning, it was because you didn't, you opposed the authorities and you wanted to be your own boss ultimately. I mean, probably a lot of entrepreneurs start like this, right? So,
Yeah.
you wanted to be your own boss, and then you know also took the conventional approaches, studied engineering and realized that this is not what you want to do probably,
Mm,
and then you had experiences of internship and working for startups, and you realize, okay, yeah, this is something that I find really interesting, and you have been like involved in just building communities and promoting businesses, so in all of these experiences.